Santa, come please, please, Santa, come on, please, Santa, come please, that's all I want. Santa, come on, please, Santa, come please, please, Santa, come on. Hi, welcome to Jon Collins Presents. My name is Jon Collins, and I'm your host. Right now, we're broadcasting from the Lowe's Theater in Schaumburg, where I'm with Karolyn Grimes, child star from the holiday classic It's a Wonderful Life. How you doing today, Karolyn?
I'm doing wonderful. I use that word a lot.
I imagine it has become your favorite word, whether you meant to or not.
It's true.
Right now, we're here. You're promoting some things from the film. What amazes me is the popularity of this film these many years later. Did you have any idea? You were in this movie when you're 6 years old, right?
Yes.
Okay. And years later, are you amazed at the popularity of the film?
Absolutely. In shock. I think the whole world is. This movie is just number one. It is the Christmas classic for all Americana. It's even in the United Kingdom. It's fabulous.
Now, what amazes me, I've been doing a little research. You know, I've seen the movie, but I'm coming to interview, so I had to check the DVD out, which I watched last night. You got to get that. And what's really amazing is when they talk about how the movie didn't really hit at first.
No.
That it was years later.
That's right.
That seems to me that would be heartbreaking and almost frustrating, because Frank Capra put a lot into the movie. Everybody had believed this was a number one kind of movie. What do you think happened where it didn't hit right then but clicked later? What's the explanation for that right there?
Well, it's really easy, I think, because it was after the war, and they both put their energies into it, but it was considered a romantic comedy. That's what they had marketed as, and I think they marketed incorrectly, because if you'd gone there to get a lot of laughs, you wouldn't have had a lot of belly laughs. It takes you on an emotional roller coaster.
You know what, you're right. They have the
does.
trailer on the DVD, and the trailer almost doesn't fit what the movie really is about. I was thinking to myself, if they had done a different trailer, I bet that might...
Exactly. And they don't purport it as a Christmas movie. I mean, it's kind of, it just wasn't marketed right, I think. And then what happened was in the early 70s, someone goofed. They forgot to renew the copyright.
Ooh.
So it became public domain. That meant it was free.
Anybody could play it on
every
there.
little television station across America could play it. And there was a certain time when you could turn a channel and it'd be on 10 or 12 at one time.
You know, it's funny, I'm looking at you and I see those eyes from the movie. It's cool. From that scene. And then speaking of that scene, the scene I'm picturing is where James Stewart's holding you, and then you give your famous line. Every movie, to me, every good movie has usually a line that sticks out. You know, Terminator, I'll be back, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Your line is the famous line from that movie. Did you have any idea? I know you're young, but did you just have any idea that over the years that's the line, and that's... Can you say that line?
No one knew, and yes, I can.
So that everybody at home knows exactly what line we're talking about.
Daddy, teacher says every time a bell rings, an angel gets his wings.
Look, Daddy, teacher says every time a bell rings, an angel gets his wings.
Yeah, that's a classic. And you know what? I was watching the DVD. I want to ask you this too. What made the bell start ringing? All of a sudden, the bell started ringing. Is somebody shaking the tree? Did the wind blow?
It's the same person that put the book in the basket.
Ah.
It's called an angel spirit.
Ah.
And they did the bell thing.
See, I knew there would be an explanation. I knew I would have to ask you to get it.
I think it was a Clarence thing.
Well, we got to thank Clarence. We got to thank Clarence.
Absolutely.
You have a lot of memorabilia here. People can access this from your website. What is your website address?
ZuZu.net.
ZuZu.net, and that's where they can learn more about you.
They sure can.
More about the film.
I keep updates of what's going on. It's just a great way to keep in touch with how It's a Wonderful Life is growing.
And growing and growing.
And growing and growing.
I was on my way here, and my mother told me she watches it like 10 times a year. It's amazing the fan base that you have on this movie. The line's already growing. This is great. Well, I want to thank you for coming on Jon Collins Presents. Again, if you want to reach Karolyn Grimes, you can reach her at ZuZu.net, www.zuzu.net. Broadcasting from Sony Lowe's, world's #1 movie theater. Thank you. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank
You
you.
did great.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, here we are. Just got through interviewing Karolyn Grimes, superstar, movie star from the movie It's a Wonderful Life. So let's go throughout the line and talk to a couple people and see what their memories of this movie are. Let's go. How you doing today?
Good, how are you?
You're eyeing what we have here, right?
You caught my attention. We want to see what you have. Let's check it out. Oh
Grimes
my.
and ZuZu.
Oh my gosh, that's very nice.
Isn't that sweet?
How'd you come about that? That seems like that'd be hard to get something like that.
Well, believe it or not, they were throwing them out.
You're kidding.
No, I have 4 or 5 of these in our house right now.
Really?
Hanging from our house. Yeah, they were going to throw them out.
So I imagine you have these because you're a major fan of the movie?
Oh, absolutely.
Have you always been a fan of the movie?
Yeah, always.
Did you become a fan because of how they started airing it
No.
like crazy? Or no?
No, I'm a Christmas fanatic.
Okay, and this is definitely a Christmas movie.
Oh,
It's a
yeah.
very special movie. I've seen it a few times, and it seems like each time you see it, you know, it touches you every
Yeah,
time. It's a
absolutely.
serious story.
I defy anybody to watch it and not have a hanky at the end.
You're right, but I won't admit that because I'm hardcore.
That's right. Guys, don't cry.
All right, thank you. Okay, let's go out through the line. Where's the next big fan?
Right here.
Here we have an It's a Wonderful Life Karolyn Grimes fan. How you doing today?
Oh, just great. I'm happy.
What excites you about this movie?
Everything. Everything. It's a happy movie. It makes you cry every time you watch it.
You watch it every year?
Every year and then some.
Really?
Went and bought a TV with a VCR for in the kitchen so I can put it.
It really is a good movie. You almost can't say enough about it, and it seems to appreciate the more you watch it. You always pick up something new.
Absolutely. Oh, I mean, like last night I was watching it as I was baking Christmas cookies, and I was watching ZuZu at the end when they were singing "Old Lang Syne."
Oh, yeah.
You could tell she didn't quite know when to stop at the very end.
Yeah.
It was just,
You gotta let her know that when you get up
and
there.
I absolutely will.
And what moment in the whole movie, if there's a scene or a moment that stands out the most?
Oh gosh. You know, I think I probably like after when George is running up the stairs to the kids at the end when he has the knob in his hand
Yeah.
and he kisses it and puts it back down. I think that's kind of neat.
You can't beat that.
And
It's a classic. All right, in just moments, you'll be meeting her.
on my way to see ZuZu.
All right, thank you. It's a wonderful life, folks. It's a wonderful life. Let's go back toward the end of this line, see some fans. Hello there, people. We're on Jon Collins Presents. You're waiting to see Karolyn Grimes, I imagine? Are you a major fan of the movie?
Yes.
What's your favorite scene in the movie? Everybody has a favorite scene. What's your favorite scene?
Oh, Clarence.
Clarence?
In that guard shack
Yeah.
Okay.
at the bridge.
Yeah.
It's funny.
I laugh every time I see it.
This movie is great. It's magnificent. It'll never die. And this guy over here is trying to hide, but we got him. Okay, thank you. Okay. All right. We just interviewed people throughout the line, and we're gonna take a little break and run inside. That's it. We're done. Jon Collins Presents. Jon Collins Presents. Jon Collins Presents. No, I'm kidding.
Roll 'em, John.